Hello, hello, hello everybody. My name is Josh. Welcome to Project Blue Smoke Monster. This is just a little ad hoc stream tonight. I kind of like the ad hoc streams. They're fun. We get into some things that we haven't spent a whole lot of time thinking about or talking about or doing, and we just jump in and mess around with electronics. That's the fun for me. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Not a lot of camera stuff going on tonight, but instead we're going to be focused on the software side of things. Staring at my Windows machine here. As much as I'm more of a Mac user, we use the Windows machine here in the lab. But we're going to spend a little time with KiCad tonight. Now, you guys probably know that KiCad version 6 is just around the corner. And I've been using the beta code for KiCad for quite some time. I wanted to get into the latest spin of KiCad 6. In fact, we're going to go update to the latest nightly build right now and start just fooling around with it. I've seen some new features, some things that I haven't yet used, some things that I don't fully understand, and I thought maybe we'd just throw together, a little no-brainer project just to explore some of the things that have evolved in KiCad 6. I was actually watching the Bald Engineer stream a little bit of KiCad recently, and oh wow, actually, you know what? Look, dude, I didn't know this. Holy cow. 6 is out. I didn't know we had a stable release. I thought we were still playing nightlies. Dude, all right, even better. We're going to KiCad 6. All right, let's do this. Wow, no, I had no idea. I had no idea. Okay. Thought for sure that this was still beta territory, but apparently the beta's over. Oh, guys, I'm super excited. Anyway, I don't remember what I finished, if I finished my previous thought there, but I was talking about how just a couple of days ago, the Bald Engineer was doing some streams on some new KiCad 6 stuff, and I thought he was still playing in beta world too. I did not realize that the final had come out, so this is really super, super cool. And I apologize, I just dumped some liquid into my keyboard. So we're doing a little keyboard draining right now. That's always fun, right? I hope this thing doesn't die. I killed it once before this way. I've got a nice DOS keyboard that I really enjoy. But I just had a drink come fizzing up. So hopefully we got to that in time and it won't be destroyed tomorrow. But anywho, all right, KiCad 6, we've got 52 seconds left in the download. Now, the one I was running, just to kind of level set where we were, I was in a nightly build. I was in what's called Release Candidate 1, 318 G91359C047D. So whatever that particular release build is. But we're going to be upgrading her tonight, once this download finishes, to 6.0.2, it looks like. Oh man, guys, I can't tell you enough how excited I am about this. This is going to be sweet. And I feel like we need to come up with a little project to just throw together. We'll just make a simple, what the heck? Let's do a simple LED chaser. How about that? With a decade counter. I actually just had some decade counter ICs show up. So why don't we design a proof of concept circuit around a decade counter? I think that sounds fantastic. In fact, that's going to give us two things. One, that's going to give us a programmable clock oscillator circuit. And two, we're going to get to see some digital logic. So that's going to be our project for tonight. So come on, KiCad. I probably should have picked a faster mirror. We have 38 seconds left. I'll just keep talking like I'm a radio DJ expecting this to happen any minute now. Okay. 21 seconds to go. Yeah, no, I'm super stoked. One of the things that I had no idea was a thing was like a plugins menu. I didn't know that was a thing. So super excited to see what that's about. We've got 6 seconds left. I'm going to go throw a battery into the battery charger just in case we run the batteries down on the microphone tonight. These, I haven't been using rechargeables. Shame on me because I only get about 2 streams out of a set of AA's. So I'm going through a lot of batteries. But I do have some Loops charging now, so we're going to switch over and start using Loops and not wasting as much. All right, cool. 602. Let's run this bad boy. Come on. Launch the installer. Release the Kraken. All right, yes. Is it going to want to do it on the other screen? Let's see where it's going to spool up at. All right, boom. KiCad is already installed. Installing this package will overwrite existing files. Do you want to continue? Abso-freaking-lutely, I want to continue. Boom, there it is, guys. Welcome to KiCad 602 setup. The installer will guide you through the installation of KiCad 602. This is free software licensed under the GPL. All right, let's go full bore. Let's go help in English. Oh, help files must not be included. It won't let me select them. So we're going to take the defaults then. I'm going to go ahead and install it. Let's see, is that the same folder we were using? Program files, KiCad 6.0. Yeah, it looks like that's the same folder as the nightly I was using, So we'll go ahead with that and hit next. I can't believe 6.02 came out, and I didn't know that it was final release. Here I thought we were still release candidate. Very, very cool. Installing app. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Actually, another thing I'm going to work on while we're here, I've got this Stream Deck. You know, it gives you nice little push buttons and stuff. And I haven't been using it in a while. And I'm trying to add, I don't know why that opened. I don't need that open. I'm trying to add a quick little mic mute to it, and I'm not sure if it'll do it or not, but I think it will. Mixer audio, OBS Studio. Let's get in here. Let's see. There's the, okay, those are all just sources. Oh well. I'm going to keep fiddling with that on the other screen, but I'm looking to see if there's a quick and easy mic mute I can add to this thing. All right. To edit or create 3D object models, you need to install FreeCAD. Check this box to open the web page. Sure, I'll go get the latest FreeCAD. That doesn't sound like a horrible idea. We'll let that download. It'll probably be faster than KiCad. Let's see, we can close that out. That download's almost done. We'll install it as well. I might have even had an old version of it on here, but since we're updating, we might as well roll everything forward tonight. This comes in handy for the 3D packages, I believe. I download a lot of the step files, but I've never created one. So we'll just put this here. But yeah, no, I'm super excited that KiCad 6 is finally hit release version. That took me by surprise. I thought we were still playing release candidates. So yeah, looking forward to kicking the tires on this a little bit. And I like the idea of our sample little project. Now, I'm probably not going to actually make these boards. This is just a design exercise for the fun of kicking the tires on the new KiCad 6 and me to learn a little bit about how to use some of these features and modules and, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, FreeCAD is installing. Doodly doodly doo. Come on, you can do it. Feel free to jump into chat. Give me a hello. Tell me what you're working on tonight. I love to hear what everybody else has on the bench project-wise. It's very, very interesting to me. Did anybody tune into the last stream where I was doing some deconstruction of that old 1970s, you know, all-in-one radio system That was pretty cool. I definitely will put the open air variable tuning capacitor and probably the ferrite bead. The ferrite bar, the ferrite bar with the coil. I forget what they call that little string kind of wire, but I think that'll be cool. So FreeCAD's up to date. Yeah, you like the part. I've got someone here, Bald Engineer says, I like the part where you carefully deconstructed the transformer. Yeah, with the Sawzall, yeah, I still have all 10 fingers, so I'm calling that a success. Judge for yourself. I was just talking, Bald Engineer, that I didn't realize KiCad had hit 602 release build. I was still playing release candidate, so I am super stoked that we're on full version, release version code now. So gonna create a little project just to kick the tires and play around with what's new, because some of the stuff I've seen in there, some of the stuff I saw you doing, I didn't even know existed. So new project. This is our first release project for KiCad 6. All right, we're going to create a project, and we're going to call it, what do we want to call this thing? Decade counter. I was saying before that I probably won't actually make this, but it's a fun little design project to play with to give me a chance to kick the tires on some KiCad 6. So yeah, super stoked tonight. So I just walked through the install. We have this running. We've created a little project. Let's go into the schematic and let's start designing a basic decade counter. A nice blinky project, right? All right, we've got our schematic open. Excellent. So what we're going to do is, in playing around with KiCad, we're going to design a decade counter. So what's a decade counter? Well, decades are 10 years long, and a decade counter is a digital logic IC. I'm going to be using a CMOS IC in my example here, a 4017. And it has a clock input, and it will count to 10, essentially. It has 10 outputs. So as you send it a clock pulse, it will then move on to the next output in sequence. So let's start designing around that a little bit here. Get out of there. All right. Boom. And we'll jump around KiCad as we do this. And we'll just see what makes sense and comes together. Hey, am I going to crash it already? I've already got the spinny wheel of death. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay, cool. It opened for us. So let's see. 4017. Is the 4017 in there? Of course it is. Oh, they're calling that a Johnson counter. All right. Interesting. Wonder if that's exactly the same. Let's see here. So, pin out. In fact, you know what? We'll pull up a data sheet and we'll look at that. But I'm going to say that's probably the right device. That's been around a long time. So let's throw it out there. And let's go look up the data sheet for the CD4017 data sheet. TI. Close enough. That's an ancient data sheet. Revised February 2004. Data sheet acquired from Harris Semiconductor. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is kind of a cool visualization for how this works. So we've got a timing diagram here. And the thing to know about a decade counter is this is all based on the incoming clock. So as the clock pulse occurs, and I don't know whether it's high or low, we'll have to look into that. It doesn't matter for the sake of this part of the conversation. But as the transition of the clock signal occurs, different bits or different pins on this decade counter are going to be toggled. You're going to see their state change. So we've got a 0, a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then a carry out, that's good for passing on a signal to another digit. So if you wanted to go to another decimal place, 1 digit, 2 digit, 3 digit, etc. You can use those things to pass signals on to the next chip. But this is pretty cool. So basically what's going to happen as the clock, it looks to me like it's maybe the falling edge. The signal starts high and falls, and that becomes a 0. If we transition again, a high and a low, it's going to move from 0 to 1. And then each subsequent pulse is going to go through those outputs. So when we look at the IC, we've got, these different pins. Pin 2 is 0. In fact, we're going to use that right now. That's exactly what I wanted to reference. Let's go to a side on this one. Come on. There we go. Go left there and right there. Perfect. So, out of there. Zoom, 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 zoom. Okay, so Q1, Q03, those pins might not be exactly the same. We're going to have to dig on that. Look, the scrolly wheel got me. Bad scrolly wheel. Oh, here we go. No, this looks like it might be right. Okay. Yeah, CD4017. Okay. So output 0 is pin 3. So we see that here. Q0 is 3. Q1 is pin 2. Q2 is 4. And then 7, 10, 1, 5, 6, 9, 11. And then carry out is 12. Okay, cool. So this does match. So this chip's going to work good for us. We said carry out is 12. Hang on, let me see here. 15 is reset. 13 is clock inhibit or clock enable in this example. And then 14 is the clock input. Okay, cool. So, pretty sweet there. What are we going to use as a clock? Well, I know exactly what I think we should use for a clock. We're going to use NAT Tiny 85 20p. The Tiny is a perfect little device to use as a clock. Now, I could use a 555 timer. I could use an oscillator, like a quartz crystal, and build an oscillator circuit. I could use a blinking LED. There's all kinds of ways to create a clock. But actually, I'm going to reference a design and some code, in theory, because we're not actually going to build this probably, but maybe I will. Reference some code that I remember seeing from Ben Eater with his 6502 on a breadboard. He built this cool little clock circuit that would allow you to change clock speeds with some button pushes, and he used a Tiny 85 for that. So I think that that's the direction we're going to go here. So we've got a Tiny 85, we've got our decade counter. We're going to want some LEDs. We're going to need a resistor. Now, none of the LEDs we put in here are ever going to light more than one at a time. So I don't need to put a current limiting resistor on each. I'm going to put it on the output side. Can't do that a lot of the time, but for this particular use case, I will be just fine. So let's go LED. Yeah, that looks like a generic LED symbol. Rotate. Awesome, 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 awesome. Those are a little close together for my liking, but whatever. What's that doing? Is that doing anything? I got an idea. I'm going to try something. Something that might make my life a little easier here. Add the part, add the LED, rotate. I'm going to go out here. Nope. Grab the arrow key here. Move. You know, I don't need to know that that's an LED. Of course it's an LED. Let's make that not visible. Maybe like that. Let's see how that works. Oh, so much better. All right, excellent. So there are, that should be 10 LEDs. And we're going to run them through a resistor to ground. So let's grab a resistor. Perfect. And let's play connect the dots. La 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 la. All right, we connected all the outputs through the resistor down to ground. I want to move that over a little bit just because I think it's a little too close there. And looks good. Let's hit save. All right, so there's a basic starting point. Let's hop over to the Ben Eater clock. Tiny 85. Let's see what we can find. Clock module. Yeah, here we go. I really like how this came together. So there's a clock and there's an inverter of a clock. Okay, cool. So he's using, wait, he's got a 555 there. Yeah, that's not the one. That's not the one. 1085. This might be the one that I experimented with before. Yeah, let's look at that. Yeah, this is the one. He used the 555 for whatever reason. I forgot about that. Tiny 85 version. Yeah, this thing's cool. So basically what's going to happen is you got two switches. Switch 1 lets you do astable and monostable modes. So basically you can select a single pulse or you can select continual pulses. And stepping is done with switch 2. Okay, so switch 1 is going to basically select your rate, and then switch 2 is going to step you through it if you want a single step. That sounds right. I made a circuit like that for a little project I was working on called the 6502 Companion, and I think that's how I did it too. I wonder if I still have the design files for that. Let me see if I do. If I do, it would be nice to look at them. I don't think that was an Eagle project though. And I have largely gotten rid of my Eagle projects. Yeah, I don't readily have that available without going on the hunt. So well, again, I didn't say we'd actually build this, so let's go with it. I think it's going to work. So he was using, basically the clock out was coming from PB3, which is pin 2. And that's really what I was looking for over here. So let's put a label. Let's put a label, a little bitty label. I'm big on global labels. I know it's not the best practice for larger designs, but it's what I want to use. So I'm going to use it there and put it over here. So there's the clock. So we're going to tie those together. Picture there being a wire between those. Cool. Cool. Couple of switches. What else? I would have probably had a pull-up on those, but that's just me. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's add a couple switches. Switch. Generic push button. That'll work. I don't want to do this. I actually want to do it kind of like they did it. There's that one. Here's this one. Okay. So we're going to bring a wire. They used for switch 1 PV2. Wait, what did I use? Oh, I wanted to use PV3. Okay, I need to move that clock. Boom. Move it. There we go. PV2 for switch 1. Tink. And PV1. No. I'm all over the wrong place. Good night. Guys, why are you letting me screw this up so bad? Move. That goes down here. There we go. PV1. Switch 1. PV2. Switch 2. Okay, much better. And those are going to go to ground. Have I got a ground symbol? I have. We're going to use that one. In fact, yeah, that brings me. Cool. I like, much to like. All right. We're going to go ground. Whoops, move. Up. Duplicate it. Do it there. I'm going to do it over here because I can see it staring at me. Excellent. And then I'm going to bring some pull-ups because I feel like those should be pulled up. Just, that's how I would do it. So I'm going to put a pull-up on each of those. Excellent. Bring that up here. And then we're going to add a power line. VCC. Right there. And then we're going to dupe that. Bring it over to there. And over here. All right, cool. So really basic circuit for a clock has come together there. I like that. And then it looks like they've got a little LED here just to show the blinkies. I like the idea of that. I'm not going to put it in line. I'm going to actually run it right off the clock line. So let's take one of these, duplicate it, and we'll put it here. And we're going to have clock go into it. And then we're going to have our resistor. And our connection to ground. There we go. So that'll do a little blinky blink. I think that we'll be just fine driving that LED and still driving this decade counter. There's nothing else going on there. It's not a super high impedance setup there, but I think we'll be okay. All right. So I'm not going to mess with count out. Oh, I should probably put ground here. VSS. Sweet. So we got us a basic decade counter. So with that designed, let's play around a little bit with what tools we have out here. So let's go. In fact, I can not worry about that. We'll go full screen on this again. And let's check our footprint assignments. That's not the right link. Let me click the right button here. Go away. Go away. Run footprint assignment tool. Okay, cool. Annotate the schematic. I'm good with that. So, our LEDs. What are we going to use? Let's go out here. This is going to be a through hole, 3 millimeter LED. And then I can do this for all of those by picking them and doing it like that. Now resistors, what are we going to use for resistors? Well, let's take a look. Resistor through hole. That's a little tight. Doesn't give me a lot of room. I think I want to go a little bigger on that. Let's go to like a 7.62 millimeter. Yeah, I like how that looks a lot better. All right, so we'll go with that. Our switches. Now, this is going to be just a plain old push button switch. Let's see here. Button switch through hole. Not that. Not that. Just a 5 millimeter. Well, there you go. There's a 6 millimeter push switch. Yeah, that'll work for me. We'll use that one. And then our 4017. Okay, what's the 4017 in? It is a 1, 2, let's see. That's a 16-pin package. So we're going to look at package dip 16. I like long pads. See if that looks normal. Certainly does. I think we're good there. All right, so there's our footprint assignment. Now we can go over to the board layout and update the PCB from schematic. And there's our pile of yummies. So let's see what this thing's going to look like. Let's do this. Actually, before I start moving anything, let's figure out what I'm going to work on for a grid. That's a 0.01 millimeter grid. Let's go to a 2.54 millimeter grid. That keeps everything, you know, aligned to a dip footprint. I like the way visually that looks. It's just visually appealing to me. All right, so let's build our counter. Let's take our IC. ICs. So this is our initial clock. Our switches are going to come over here because they're part of that. Get those out here. Yeah, visually that looks somewhat attractive. And let's start getting our LEDs out. So D1, which I think is this one. That is our first clock pulse. That's our blinky blink. Blinky, blinky, blinky. All right. Okay, these are not lined up. So we'll get them lined up. Okay, so I'm actually going to have to go to half the grid, 1.27 millimeter, because this thing's, I think, well, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. That's right on the side, because if I did it here, it'd be right there. So there, there. I think that's going to work out for me. And that goes down, move this over a little. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for right there. Cool. And then our LEDs, D2, 3. So, all right, so here's the first thing I want to do. See how I've got all these diodes? I don't want to line these things up by hand. This is the perfect use of a feature, and I don't know if this is necessarily a new feature or not, but this is a perfect use for a really cool feature in KiCad called the array. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave D2, and I'm going to go delete the rest of these. Now, this is not going to back annotate to the schematic because we're going to recreate them using the array tool. So D2. So I want to have this thing count straight across, horizontally, just because that's how I roll. So we're going to have it start here. And then we're going to need to have the resistors, and we'll deal with those. I'm just going to move them out of the way for now. So we'll come back to those resistors and see how we want to orient things there. Let's see. All right, here we go. So we're going to array this. So we're going to take that, and it's actually lined up great. I like where it's at. So we're going to go to Special Tools, and we're going to go to Create Array. I'm going to make these things, and we'll probably do this a few times. There's a plugin that will arrange existing footprints in line or a shape. Place footprints in the plug manager. Oh, I'm going to play with that. That sounds interesting, too. This was a new technique that I just discovered, and it works really well for what I was doing. But let's say I've got a horizontal count of 10. And actually, I'm only going to go 9 because I'm only adding because the 1's already there. Vertical count of 1. Horizontal spacing. Let's say I want these things 10 millimeters apart and vertical none. I can just go and I can say, let's see, keep existing reference designators, add unique reference. I'm going to say add unique, and I think it's going to start counting from D2 and go up. Yeah, there we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that spacing, that's a little bit farther away than I'd like, so I'm gonna undo that. And we're going to run it again. Create array. And this time I'm going to put them 5 millimeters apart. Boom. Now that's a little close. So let's play with that. Create array. Let's say we're going to go. Okay, I want to go 7.5 millimeters apart. Yeah, beautiful. That's beautiful. I like it. Yeah, that worked nicely. Question is, what does footprint annotation do? Basically, it's going through a numbering, so it's creating a unique number for each, which just so happens to have aligned now with what they were called on the board. So that did most of the work for me. In fact, if I hit save and I try to render this board, look at that. That's beautiful. That's cool. Not bad. So we can start zooming in a little bit on some trace routing and other stuff. So what I'll do is I'm going to update the board from the PCB. It's going to draw those air wires. What do you think of that? That's pretty cool, huh? Oh, D11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I didn't count far enough. I didn't count far enough. Let's do that one more time. Special tools, create array. Let's go ahead and do say 10. See, I didn't think that it would count the one that was already there. Plugin manager is what you were talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that. I have not even gone up to plugin manager yet. In fact, that's one of the things we're gonna want to do. Is the interactive bomb tool available in plugin manager? That would be cool. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Okay, that's VC. That's a pull up. That's a pull up for here. Yeah, that looks pretty. Yes, excellent. Let's put that. We'll put it like that. And then R2. That's probably also a pull up, right? VCC, yep. I'm just going for making this thing look pretty. That looks pretty nice. R1, that is a current limiting resistor for that LED. That's coming out of here, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, that's ground. That's not an ugly place to put that, actually, from a visual standpoint. because that's your pulse out. And actually, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which side of that I go on. All right, I like how that's looking. We got one more resistor to mangle here, and that's the one for our collective LEDs. Because remember, these will never be on more than one at a time. And I'm going to put it there. Just for visual cuteness, all right? It doesn't serve any real purpose of being there. This one's not aligned to the grid, so let's fix that. Let's go move. Let's pick this one, this one. Nope. Wrong order. This one, this one. Did that even move? Yeah, but it didn't do what I wanted. Alright. It's the one that I hover over, isn't it? Align. The one I hover over is the one that stays. Okay. So align to the horizontal center of that one. Okay, that's what I want. Excellent. Alright, that's beautiful. That's the cute looking little setup there. Now what can I do here? What should I do here? Let's make this prettier. Let's do this. Update from the board. Get all my traces in there. Oh yeah, that's a bloody mess, isn't it? Would have been nice had all those been like in order, but they're not, so we'll make it do a thing. But all right, so one of the cool things that I want to play with that is somewhat new is the wavy trace stuff. So you can tune the length of a track. That's kind of interesting. And then we've also got the ability to curvy tracks, which I think looks cool. So we'll play with that. Let's go ahead and pretty this up just a hair. Curve traces is hidden? Okay. I'll pretty this up just a hair. Just so that it takes up a little less board space, perhaps. That's not bad. Let's bring this down. Yeah. That's nice looking. What about bringing these over? All this tuning is really just to make the thing look pretty when it gets on a board. All right, cool. I like that. When you're doing a route, hit Control, and you'll see some that say 45 and 45 curved. Okay, I'll play with those. All right, and yeah, I like that. Let's draw an outline of this thing. Edge cuts. I'm a living in a box. I'm a living in a cardboard box. And I'm not going to put any holes or anything like that here, but I will round the corners. That seems to be the popular thing to do these days. So let's get in here and let's do some rounded corners. There we go. All right. I aligned it wrong, but I've got a good curve I can work with. Move, rotate, 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 rotate. There we go. Do that. Bring it to there. Bring it to there. Duplicate it. There we go. That's off a little bit there. Yeah, that's off. But when I do it over here, it should correct it, because it's going to be off the same amount. And the exact dimension of my board is not critical in this, so we'll just let it straighten itself up. All right, so we're definitely going with a little downhill slide on that one. So let's do this. I'm gonna take this and that. Can I do it this way? Can I take that and that? No? I was gonna try to see if I can align them to each other. Yeah, that might work. Align to vertical center of that. Did it do it? Ooh, I think it did do it. Yeah, nice, excellent. That made easy work of that. Sweet. And then that. Go to there. And I think everything's connected. Let's hit save. Yeah, I am going to definitely install the Curve Traces plugin, like you said, because I haven't used it before. And that's the whole point of what I'm doing right here. I'm going to bring those LEDs down just a hair. Beautiful. Let's render this thing. Oh, yeah, look at that. That is a sweet looking clock, decade counter, whatnot. So what else might I want on this board? Well, since it's fake and I'm not actually going to build it, I wouldn't put anything on it. But if I were going to actually turn this into something I could have a clock from, then I would put, you know, an output on it. But we're not going to do that here. We're just going to make this a fun little blinky thing. Let's put some text on this. We're going to call it the Decade Blinky thing. Sounds fair, right? Width, let's go 3 and 3. Let's see how that looks. Oh, wow, that's way too big. Edit. How about we go 2.5 by 2.5? Sweet. The Decade Blinky thing, is that what you're laughing at? All right. Can't see it. Must not put it in the right place. Let's not put it on edge cuts. How about we put it on the front silk screen? That seems like that would make way more sense. The Decade Blinky thing. Nice. Switch 1, switch 2. Yeah, I dig it. Can you dig it? We can dig it. Yeah. Yep. Simple, simple, simple. I like that. Okay, let's play with some trace routing. Not the network kind, the other cool kind. Let's get up here and go. All right, tools. The first thing I gotta find is this cool plugin manager you're talking about. Plugin manager is in the project manager, the opening screen. Oh, okay. And then I assume it's just going to show up as a plugin up here under the external plugins. All right, so we're going to close that for a second. Hit save on this as well. And plugin and content manager. Interesting. Was that there at all in 5? I never paid attention to it if it was. All right, interactive bomb tool for sure. Kai buzzard, yep. Round tracks, yep. Apply changes, do it. Cool. Looks to me like it installed our packages. So let's look at what these packages are. Let's go back to the PCB. And the first one I'm going to look at is this one, the interactive bomb tool. This is really cool. This is going to let you look at what parts are in your design and show you where they are. I really like how it's got sourced and placed because I've had fun with that. But look at that. All those resistors, I didn't even set a value. They just say R. They're all 1Ks. Doesn't matter for this. So, yeah, awesome. That is neat. That is super, super neat. LEDs, U1, U2, the push button switches. That's just sexy. So yeah, I love it. I super love it. So that works. Okay. Next. Oh, cool. Put them up here. So create labels. Okay. How about I am Batman? Let's just see what it looks like. Okay. Render. Alright, so that's just regular text. But it knows it as a footprint. Okay. That's cool. Let's do that again. So that's its most basic function. Now let's add something cool to it. Let's go cap left. Oh, I like this. And cap right. And that inverted it. Because I was inverted, I ate Batman. Apparently I ate Batman. Because it doesn't show it all. There we go. That's probably just a rendering issue. Dude, that is amazing. Let's see what else. So you can't really edit it once it's done because it's running a script, and I'm down with that. That's fine. I am Batman. Let's see what these other caps look like. Rounded. Oh, it shows you in the preview. Cool. Rounded. Oh, that's sweet. You can do this. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. That used to take so much more work. Heck, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do that as one. Decade blinky thing. Taking a minute. Height 3 millimeters. Let's see what that looks like. That might be a little big. Okay, so that's just a tail big. Let's do that again. 2.5 millimeters. Things are getting a little slow. I'm not sure why. That is sexy. That is sexy. I'm going to do one more revision of that to get it just like I want. It fits. Render me, baby. Okay, that's super, super cool. Super, 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 super cool. Now I feel like I should put something on it. All right, we're gonna do one thing here. We're gonna put a clock out on this because I could see this being useful. All right, let's go back to the schematic. I'm going to put a 2-pin header. Add a part. Let's go header, not that. Con 102. Perfect. That's just a generic little footprint. And then we're going to grab clock signal. We'll bring it over. Let's rotate this whole thing. All right, and then ground. And that's not what I wanted to do. Let's do it this way. We're going to mirror. That's better. And then ground. Sweet. And let's go to our footprint. Schlingamadinger. Annotate. And go to here. And this is going to be a 5.08 millimeter connector. Phoenix MC. These aren't right. MTSB. Yeah. Boom, right there. That's probably the one. 1x2. We'll see if that's the one. I think it is. Didn't see it there. Update. Errors 1. Cannot add J1. No foot. Did I forget to hit the save button? Schematic. Footprint editor. Oh yeah. Well, that'll do it. Okay. I screwed that up twice in a row. Apply, save, and continue. There we go. Now here, update. Cannot, okay, what the hell? Well, I assigned it globally, though. I shouldn't have to do it individually. This is a valid... Oh, you know what? I bet I was only hitting it once. I bet I wasn't double-clicking it, and it never got populated. That's what it was. My dumbass wasn't finishing the job. All right. So we're going to do this. We're going to move this, and this, and this. To there. And then we're going to stretch this out. Save. And render this bad boy. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Oh, this is a bonehead move. I forgot to give this thing a power input. There's no way to power this board. Okay, that's hilarious. So then I have, do I want to do a second 2-pin like that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a second 2-pin. I like those connectors. Those are fun. Let's go back to here. Infinite energy. Better. Cool, I kept it. Go to here. Go to here. Update. Rotate. Regulate. Flatulate. All right, cool. Let's add a label with the cool label maker. Clock. Height, 1 millimeter. Yeah, that's pretty. That's super pretty. Now make another one. For ground. Ground. And then duplicate that one, put it here, and make one that says, whoops, wrong place. Click that. I'm going to say 5 volts DC. Yeah, 5 volts, whatever. See what she looks like. Psh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful, Jim. It's beautiful. All right, let's edit that. Properties. Where's properties? Psh, whatever. Delete. Edit. This is so much better. So much better than how you used to do that. Psh, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So there's our decade blinky thing. Let's call that good. All right. Trace routing. Something that's fun that we want to do. I'm going to hide the silkscreen layer for now because that's just going to get in the way. But let's see what this looks like. We want to run some traces. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a ground plane. And that's not the first thing we're going to do. We are going to put a ground plane on the bottom of this board. So all the ground connections don't matter. I don't know what I sent you a whisper means. So the only thing I really have to hook up is the top connections. So which one of these go to ground? Well, they're going to ground through the resistor. Okay, so those all pull together through this. Yeah, that's cool. And then that goes to ground. And then all of those tie together. La-da-da, la-da-da. Oh, and check this out. I'm going to use the array for this, too. All right, that looks connected. Yeah, so check this out. I'm going to take this and that and that and that. Eh, it doesn't look pretty yet. Let me make it look pretty. Okay, now it's pretty. I'm going to take this and hit U. I'm selected it all. Now I'm going to Special Tools, Create Array, same thing, but this time it's going to be same spacing actually. I think that's all exactly the same. Except, well, let's just see what happens when I do that. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. I can delete this one because that's extra. But yeah, that's pretty sweet, right? 3. Yeah, I think that's a super cool trick. Did I put that on the front or on the back? That's on the front, it's just hiding. Cool. That's clock. We're gonna route that one. And actually, I wanna change my grid here. I'm gonna make that a little smaller. Now that we're just routing. I like that. I like tying those together. That's just a me thing. It's not necessary to do it, but I like it. Those are all grounds. This works its way over to here. Okay. That's ground. The signal line works its way over there. Cool, cool. It'll figure out. I'll figure out what you're doing. I'm just playing around with the new KiCad. KiCad 6 finally hit final release. I've been using nightly builds for a long time. Beta code, if you will. And I decided tonight to play around, to go ahead and upgrade to 602. And we're playing around with designing a mock project just for the fun of it to see some of the cool new features in KiCad 6. So I've designed something I'm calling the Decade Blinky thing. So what we've got is we've got an Atmel ATmega Tiny 85 that we're using as an oscillator. We've got a switch to select different clock rates, and then we've got a switch that's going to allow us to manually step through as a single step clock. That's going to make D1 here blink. And then the clock output of this goes to a decade counter, a 4017 decade counter, and then it's driving these individual LEDs. So it's really just a project to play around with KiCad 6, see how it works, see what we think, see what we can break, and just have a little fun with. So that's what we're doing. I'm just routing some traces right now. Oops, that one got done. Let's not do that quite like that. That was a stupid route. But we're going to play with things like curved tracks. That'll be kind of neat. There's VCC. We got to get that a few places. We got to get that here. Nope, don't like that. I'll go down here, there, there, there. Okay, I like that. Probably shouldn't go under the chip, but I'm going to go under the chip. There. There we go. Much better. I'm happy with that. Does VCC need to go anywhere else? Oh, interesting. So it used to highlight everything that was connected. But now, because they're connected, they're not highlighting. So it's only highlighting unconnected nets. I don't know that I like that, but you know, I'll live with it. Okay, I think we're ready to just route some other things here. Oh, no, okay, never mind. If I have the trace selection turned on, it selects all of them. Okay, well, that's still cool. All right. There, and I need to bring it to there. Okay, let's go ahead and route that last one then. This needs to come on over. I don't want to cross over that. Let's go to the bottom of the board. Because we can. And boom. All right, we have 21 unrouted nets. Let's get the rest of this routed. And yeah, we'll do as many as we can on the top of the board. Not that, this. All right. There. Oop, don't like how that went. All right. That's better. Oh, I can't get across there. All right, this is going to be an issue. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to run him underneath. Nope, not like that. I'm going to run it underneath. Man, then I got to deal with that. All right, maybe this kills two birds with one stone. Get in there. Connect to that. Just do it. All right. This one, let's rip him up. Whoops, not that. This. Let's bring that over. Okay, that's better. So now, if I go to the top side, and I go here, that's my VCC line. Yeah, this, I think I'm gonna like this better anyway. Bring it to there, over and down. Now, from this one, let's just run it, and then we'll let the push and shove do its thing. Okay, via underside, and then via underside, via underside, good, underside, lots of vias. This is working out pretty well, though. Let's bring us to here. Cool. I got one more. I think I can just go underside on that one. All right, cool. Unrouted 12. Let's do this. Let's draw us a filled zone. It's going to be ground, and it's going to be on the bottom. Take it to here. And this doesn't have to be perfectly square. Just has to connect. And that's a little tight, so I'm going to bring that out. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's hit B to fill it. We have 4 unrouted signals. Okay, let's fix our unrouted signals. Route on the top. This one. Oh man, that just did some janky stuff. But it's actually getting a little smarter than it used to be. I don't mind this at all, actually. That did a pretty decent job through there. All right, let's clean this little thing up. I don't love that, but yeah, nice, nice, nice. Let's hit save here. We have 3 unrouted signals. This LED goes down to that resistor. And this will be an easy one to fill in. Yep. 2 unrouted signals. Oh yeah. 1 unrouted signal. That's just our clock output. Piece of cake there. Let's via that up here. Nope, I don't like how much of a hole that made. Let's do that different. better. All right. Let's see what she looks like rendered. So first thing I'm seeing that I'm not loving, and this is probably just a setting, where are my traces on the top? Let's spin it around, look at the back. I can see them on the back, but I can't see them on the top. Why can I not see them on the top? Preferences. Let's see what we see. 3D viewer. Set the top solder mask color. That's exactly what I was thinking, and I was wondering if I can do it here, because it lets me do the PCB stuff. Yeah, so colors. It gives me themes. But yeah, it doesn't look like it lets me do that there. We'll go to board manager. I just wanted to poke around and see if it was there. All right, let's see here. Let's go here and set our solder mask color. That's paste. Let's see. Board finish. Oh, that's kind of cool. It'll let you talk about different board finishes. Physical stack up. Color. It's going to be the front silk screen. No, it's going to be the front mask. Let's set it to, it doesn't really matter. Let's just set it to green right now. And then front silk screen will be white. Back mask will be green. Back silk screen will be white. And let's look at it in the render. Did I do that wrong? Board setup. Look like I said it. I wonder why that didn't take effect. You know, maybe I need to rerun. Let me hit save. Yeah, it's not taking effect. Interesting. Just playing with these toggles. We'll turn on ray tracing in a second, see what that looks like too. But that's just theme stuff. Use board stack up colors. There we go. Yeah, hey, that's what we were looking for. Cool. I think that's sweet looking. Super sweet. Very, very cool. Let's do this. Ray trace that mother. Cool. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm super, super impressed with how this looks. This new KiCad has just really, really come together. I was not at all a KiCad user 3 years ago. I was hardcore Eagle, but I'm pretty sure I'm never going back. This has just really come so far. Nice work, KiCad team. Nice work. That's all I've got to say. And hey, look at that. We just designed a blinky thing. Now, let's take it farther. Let's turn all these straight traces into curvy traces. Round tracks. Run. Done. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, man, that's sexy. That's just got that, oh, God, that's ugly. But, you can't complain about every single little thing that it did, right? We'll see if we can actually clean that up. Connected. Let's see if it will fix it. I don't expect it to. Nah, it's like whatever. It says unrouted 1. I'm going to see how the undo works. Undo, undo. Oh, I see where it did it. Okay, cool. So those are all straight. That's curvy. Undo, 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 undo. I'm just playing a little. It's okay if this breaks things. I can fix it. But I'm super, super impressed. Oh, don't go there. Huh, nice. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Let's rerun that. Done. Oh! And we just crashed KiCad. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. First crash, KiCad 6. Open project. See how much we lost. What the hell is this thing? Decade counter, yeah. Open the PCB. How much did we lose? I don't think we lost too much. Okay. Let's just do this. Rerun. Run. Okay. It's still a little fungly with that corner. But actually, no, that looks good. Unrouted 1. So it thinks there's 1 unrouted trace. We'll deal with that in a minute. But I'm digging it. I am totally digging it. All right, let's go up here. Thinking where things are at. Show the design rule check. Run DRC. Track has unconnected end. No, it doesn't. It's just a little confused. Okay. Unconnected items. Let's look at that. Ah, yes. I can see why it would be angry with that. Electrically, that would actually work, but it's happy now. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Curvy tracks. Let's try to put a little logo in here, see how nice it plays. Import graphics. I've always had issues with this. Like lots of issues with this. There's an SVG. Put on the silk screen. No graphics items found in file. There was a way to just import like a JPEG and it would do its thing. Oh, cool. It put all plugins right there. Yeah. That's the SVG. All support for, okay. DXF and SVG. There was a bitmap import capability. You could make footprints with it. Let's, just for grins and giggles, let's go out here to the plugin manager and see if there's anything for this. If there's not, that's okay. We can do this image converter thing. PCB action tools, port to PDF, place footprints. Oh, okay, that looks cool. All right, so it doesn't look like what I want's in there. Let's go here into image converter. Let's go load bitmap. Icon only. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Grayscale, black and white. You know what could be really fun here? If we can make different colors do, like if I could have, silk screen and then copper, but I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to go black and white. Okay, so what do? Export to clipboard. Good. Export to file. KiCad symbol library. Okay. All right, that's not horrible. KiCad libraries. Let's see how that looks. And then we can go to the PCB and just add a footprint. Is that going to work? No footprint selected. But you know what? I'm not even sure that was the right thing. Let's go here. Let's go out to Footprint Editor and let's open it. And let's just see if it even looks right. .sim, not a footprint file. I see the suggestion to use the other plugin. I'm going to look at plugins if I can't get the native stuff working. But I want to spend a few minutes on this just to see. Symbol editor. Oh, you know what I might have done wrong there. Okay, well that's just a symbol library file. Output format, footprint, that's what I did wrong. Okay. Now, let's go out to the board. Let's see if it'll let me add it. It's not in there because I might have to import it. And I can't do that from here. I need to go back to here, footprint editor. And import footprint. And just save it to BSM. Of course I want to save it. Put it in Blue Smoke Monster. Or BSM library. There we go. Alright, BSM library. And can I resize that, I wonder? Because that's really huge. I mean, usually my boards are bigger than that, but... Nope, probably going to have to deal with that. But we're really close there. So let's not quite give up yet. Let's go back out here to the footprint editor. Now that we have a footprint, select it. No, I think I need to go into my, well, hang on. Hang on. It's just those two. Yeah, it's probably going to rely on what I actually have from a size of the image perspective. So, okay, we can deal with that. Let's jump into Illustrator. Let's do this. Let's go out here to this PC, B. Okay, icon only. Bah. Okay, let's see how that works. We'll go ASI. Tiny. And then export as. Let's just, I mean, I can go to straight SVG, but let's keep going through this PNG approach. And let's see how that looks.
Need anything?
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Because I think we're really close. Image converter. Load it. Tiny. Much tinier. Yep. Black and white. Good. Make it to a footprint. Export to file. And actually, I'm going to do this export to clipboard thing because I want to see if now that I know what it is, if I can just go in here and hit paste. That'd be really cool. Oh, I can! Dude, that's sweet! Oh my god, that totally butchered it. But, okay, but it did its thing. All right, one more time. Let's go to the library manager, the library mangler. Footprint editor. Import footprint. Yeah, tiny mod. Yeah, see, look at that. It's just like bleh, tears it up. That's fine. That's not important right now. This though is really cool. I am very, very pleased with just how quick and easy that was in this new KiCad. Let's move that just a hair. No, picking the wrong stuff. Pick the right thing, man. Save. Render. Yeah, it's definitely easier to make a good looking board now. And, you know, there are little things we can play with. You know, just like there always have been and always will be. But yeah, that's just so simple. Well, now I'm going to have to send it to the board house and have it made just because we got this far, right? Maybe I'll give one away. This could be a cool little kit for somebody, right? The Decade Blinky thing. So why don't we do that? Why don't I go ahead and send this off to the board house? We'll have a few of these made, and maybe I'll give a couple away. So here's the challenge, or here's the ask of you. If you aren't currently following, go ahead and follow, like, subscribe, you know, buy me a lottery ticket. I don't care, whatever. Just participate. You know, talk and chat, post your comments. You know, share your feedback, and let me know what you think of KiCad 6 and some of these really cool plugins. But yeah, I'm super pleased. That's fantastic. So here's how we get there. Tools. No, not tools. File. Plot. Decade counter. That's good. Let's make a folder. New folder. Gerbs. Generate the drill files. Plot. Close. KiCad projects. What did we call this? The decade counter. Gerbs. There they are. Send to. Compressed folder. Gerbs.zip. I'll spell it with an S this time. Let's go to the board house and see how this thing looks. Yeah, we'll sign in. Sure, we'll sign in. I am not a robot. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Let's do this. Instant quote. Do you have an order history of 100 projects named Gerbs? Yeah, kind of. They put names on stuff, so. Gerbs.zip. Usually I zip up the project folder and it gets the project name, but that is so pretty. So pretty. Nice. Top, bottom. Top, bottom, middle. 3D. Come on, 3D me. Oh, yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Very sweet. Okay, so, question becomes, what color do we make it in? Well, probably blue. Because that's always my color, right? Blue. I like it. Let's get out of the Gerber viewer. 5 quantity is fine. Blue. Oh, yeah. White silk screen. Hazel is fine. I don't care if they leave the order number. What's the $4 engineering fee for? Come on, guys. What? This is tiny. You know what it is? You know what it is? I see it. It's more than 100 millimeters. If this was 100 millimeters or less, there wouldn't be an engineering fee. You know what that means? That means quick revision. So where are we at right now? We're at $5.40 for the board. I'm going to spend another 2 minutes to save $1. Here's what we're going to do. Yeah, I know. Whatever. We're going to grab that. We're going to grab that. I'm going to move them. I don't need to move them that much. Probably move them that much. Delete. Delete. Trace. Nope, I don't like it like that. There we go. And then delete that. Delete that. Oh, grab that. Here to here, here to here. That actually would work. Bah, not that. We'll let it clean this up. This will be fine. Okay. And then we're going to move this a little bit. And then we'll clean these up. All this for like $1. Yes, I realize. I realize that this is like $1. But it's fun, right? So. Cool. Let's see what it looks like in the 3D view. Still nice and symmetrical. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we're going to bring this in. that, and that, and that. About to there. Okay. Little tweaks. Little tweaks. Yeah, I see that that's just a tiny crooked. Baff. Fine. I'll fix it. That looks good. Line, edge cuts. That's crooked. All right, I'm being annoyed now. Why is it crooked? Do I even care? No, I don't care. I don't even care. By what little dimension that's off on, my micrometer's not going to pick up on it, and their freaking routing can deal with. All right. Unrouted 0. That looks good. Let's rerun our squirkly workly. It's still happy. Let's run another DRC. Run it. No unconnected items. I'm happy with all that. See it. All right, now let's watch this board get cheaper. All right. File plot. Generate the drill files. Plot it. Close it. And there's like all these different ways to do it. I'll just do that. All right, we're going to call it decade counter v2.zip. I think the zip will get there automatically. All right, let's see if this gets cheaper. So it was $540 with $390 shipping. Yeah, $530 with $390 shipping. Now it's $2. So I saved $3 for 2 millimeters. So with this particular board house, keep it under 100 by 100. Well, actually, look at that. It's just over 100. So maybe their cutoff is 101. But whatever, it's $3. And even that, you can see that it's like, that's not straight. I don't care. Let them route it crooked. It's fine for what this is going to do. Yeah. Cool. Blue. Sweet. Save the cart. I'll order that and we can put it together on stream when it gets here. Well, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, definitely a lot of fun playing with the new features of KiCad in this latest revision, revision 6. If you're a Rev 5 user, it's time to upgrade. Don't wait. It'll be funny to see how it comes back. I bet they straighten it. But whatever. I don't know. Their drill bit or their router bit just may not even care. It'll be like, whatever. But yeah, that was fun stuff, right? KiCad 6. Check it out. Thanks for watching. I'll let you guys know when the boards are here, and we'll put it together. My name's Josh. This is Project Blue Smoke Monster. And if you haven't joined before, thanks for joining. We appreciate all you guys do. And here's a little bit more about what you can expect if you tune in another time. Catch you later. See ya. Holy crap. Did it just desolder itself? I think it's desoldering itself. One end of the coil goes to the antenna connector, jumps to the diode. The diode is our audio path, and this comes out to the headphone. One of these days I want to fix the squeaky chair on the screen. So if you want one of this Rev, it's available to ship now. Oh yeah, can't do that here. Can't do that here. Gotta do that in the other cart. Boy, I've got that heatsink hot. Like hot. Like feeling hot. I mean, this is not going to be a showstopper that stops me from developing this. If I got to deal with a line of garbage for this badass capability, I'll deal with a line of garbage. And the microcontroller trainer is a learning environment, experimentation environment, development environment. You come up with what you want to call it.